What is it?
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis.
Enforcer of the renowned Vanderlyn gang, Arthur Morgan is the typical strong outlaw archetype, a fearless man who strikes fear into others, ruthless, brutal, and relentless. A bad man living in the untamed West, where the laws of civilized lands are blurred. His loyalty is to Dutch Vanderlyn, and it is unquestionable, as well as his philosophy being entirely based on Dutch's. However, his cruel acts are only the surface of his character, as deep down lies a man who wishes he was a better person, but never was. An angel in the clothing of the devil, you could say. A man whose life has been plagued by his misdeeds in the past that defines who he is now, or what he thinks he is now as a man.
I've lived a bad life, sister.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
The depth in the character of Arthur Morgan has resonated and impacted people emotionally, so it only makes sense to look at what caused him to become what he deems a bad man. Arthur's childhood was troubled. His mother died early on, depriving him of a mother figure, and his father, Lyle Morgan, was an outlaw himself, potentially planting the seeds of Arthur's descent into the unlawful life. It is clear that the relations between the two were far worse than just merely strained. When his father was hung, Arthur was left as a street orphan, but his luck was about to change. Two con men, Dutch Vanderlyn and Hosea Matthews, would encounter the street orphan and adopt him, teaching the boy how to hunt, fish, write, draw, and even ride a horse. This would be how Dutch's ideals were indoctrinated into Arthur's mind, as he was young at the time when he met Dutch and Hosea. More members would join the gang, such as John Marston, became somewhat of a brother to Arthur, while Dutch was more of that of a father figure to the boy.
Yes, Arthur Morgan, Vanderlyn's most trusted associate. You've read the files. Typical case. Orphaned street kid seduced by that maniac's silver tongue and matures into a degenerate murderer.
It is important to understand the ideology of Dutch Vanderlyn before continuing. In short, it is practically anarchism, and anti-establishment, and also anti-government. He resents the westward expansion of American civilization and heavily values the freedom and chaos of the Wild West frontier. Arthur heavily reflects these attitudes later on in his life, even when the Wild West is in its dying days. The gang has committed numerous crimes, robberies, murders, theft, and developed rivalries with other gangs. The infamous rivalry between Dutch and Colm O'Driscoll began after Colm killed Dutch's lover, Annabelle. Despite the ideal of revenge being an idiot's game, Dutch would deep down seek his revenge on Colm, leading to the plot being set in motion where they would rob a train that Colm was supposed to rob, and this would cause the Pinkertons to be on their trail from then on afterwards.
We want Vanderlyn.
Oh, Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so, because I heard a guy fitting his description robbed a train belonging to Leviticus Cornwall up near Granite Pass.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently not.
Arthur's love for the gang and loyalty to Dutch is the fundamental basis of his character. It is the primary principle that he lives by. You notice the strong stance that he holds when John leaves the gang for around a year, leaving Abigail and his son Jack behind, and Arthur now resents him for it. A brotherly bond that became broken from what Arthur viewed as disloyalty. His role as the enforcer of the gang is ever more detrimental to understanding who he is and how he focuses solely on the needs of the gang. The way he collects steps of pure aggression when it is not going his way, and the demeanour of that of a bully shows how it does not matter who you are, the requirements of the gang will always come first.
A debtor, Strauss. Who owes you money?
Well, there's a deserter from Fort Wallace. Head to him first. They're looking for him out on the road near Three Sisters. Man's name is J. John Weathers.
J. John Weathers.
Then there's a miner over in Annisburg. He's called Arthur. Like you. Arthur Londonderry. Family man, desperate, you know the type.
Couldn't one of the boys do
I
this?
tried. They lacked your vigor.
Vigor, huh?
One other detrimental event in Arthur's backstory is the murder of his son. He had a son named Isaac with a waitress named Eliza, who he would occasionally check up on, until one day he found them both murdered, with their graves present outside the house. This traumatic event created what we know today as the cold, ruthless Arthur Morgan. Arthur does not want to see John make the same mistakes that he did, nor to see Jack Marston grow up the way he did. When he desires redemption, he realizes saving John and helping him return to his family is the closest he will ever get to achieving that goal.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy, well, I watched him die. That weren't soon enough.
His call for redemption is when fate comes knocking on the door as he is diagnosed with tuberculosis, a real true moment where Arthur can reflect on his life and him as a person, a deeper look at who he is. He realizes the time he has left in this world has a cap on it now, a limit, almost like an exact end date. All his life he has done bad, and now his time will eventually be up. He could not make the choice about when he dies or how, but he could make a choice on who he could be in the time that he had left.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I. But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
In the time that he had left, he committed good deeds, despite them never being able to right the wrongs of his past. But in the end, he did trying his best to make these amends, to live his life as a good man, though it would not be for much longer, and he knows this. He always acknowledged he was a bad man, and denied being good if others told him that he was, even in his arc of redemption, in his last days on Earth.
Aside from my Jake, you're the best man I've known.
I know the company you keep. The competition ain't too fierce. We should get away from her.
Though a loyal outlaw to Dutch throughout the majority of his life, he is not mindless, realizing the dangers of what situation the gang is in when Dutch's leadership starts to crack. He was taken in during adolescence by Dutch when the worldview of Van der Linde was so easily sewed into the mind of Arthur, but now, Arthur sees clearly. Those ideas cannot live any longer. The West is dying and Arthur embodies that. Dutch cannot accept this fact, which makes the gang even more dysfunctional until implosion. As Arthur completed his final good deed of helping his brother, his almost lifeless body crawls to the mountainside to peer into the glistening sun. Everything around him crumbled, but an undying spirit within him wanted to make change, so he acted on it. You could say that Arthur Morgan is a representation of internal conflicts, not just good and evil, but themes of violence, loyalty, compassion, and conscience. A man who learned who he truly was at the end. His death reflected out of the final days of the Wild West, a moment in time that had its days running out, similar to Arthur himself.
Now, Arthur, it's over.
Oh, Dutch. He's right. You know it, and I know it.
He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy.
There, up there on the ridge. I gave you all I had.
Come on. Dutch. Let's go, buddy. We made it. We won. Come on.
John made it. He's the only one. The rest of us... No. But I tried. In the end, I did.
Come on. Let's go. We can make it. Come on, Dutch. Come on!
Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far into the video. This character is one of the most intriguing within the gaming space and has captivated so many players. There was so much that I could have included within this video, but I tried cutting it down into a less than 15-minute format for simplicity's sake. Arthur is a well-written character just like others within this setting, and hopefully I'll make videos on these other characters such as Dutch van der Linde, although that may require more than 15 minutes if you know his character. If you did enjoy the video though, please do consider subscribing and liking the video, and if you want, you can follow me on Instagram, where I usually post just real life stuff. Also, more frequent uploads will be on the way. I just need to get used to this style of content I want to upload and like this new format. But anyway, with that said, I hope you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.